Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 5 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 5 math, and then click on view all lessons. There you can find the list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter coordinate plane. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So here I'm on grade 5 math. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is objects on a coordinate plane. Let's just start with the lesson. So first thing we are going to learn over here is what is the coordinate plane, right? So a coordinate plane is a two-dimensional grid formed by two perpendicular lines. Which two perpendicular lines? These are the two perpendicular lines. The horizontal axis is the x-axis, this is the origin, and this is the x-axis, and the vertical axis is the y-axis. This is the y-axis, right? So, and it is used to locate and graph points, lines, and other geometric figures using an ordered pair of x and y. For example, here we have a point. The point has the, if you want to locate the point has the two coordinates, the x and the y coordinate. See, I match this line with the x coordinate to find the location of the point, and same way you can locate it on the y axis. Got it? So this is the coordinate plane, right? And this is the basic concept of the coordinate plane. So let's just start with the question now. Where is the pink octagon? So you need to find the location. We are going to find the location of the pink octagon. Here it is, right? You need to match it to the x-axis. Just draw this line till the x-axis. So the location of this point on the x-axis is like pink octagon on the x-axis is 4, and if you match it to the y-axis it would be 7. So the pink octagon is at the point 4 7. The first value is always the x coordinate, the second value is always the y coordinate. The value is 4 and 7. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. Where what is the x coordinate of the triangle? The triangle. So here's the triangle. You need to find the x coordinates. So horizontal axis is always the x-axis, right? This is the horizontal axis. Just match this figure to the x-axis. So the x coordinate is 7. So the correct option is 7. Let's just start with the uh, next 7 it is. What is the y coordinate of the blue pentagon? Here is the y coordinate of the blue pentagon. Just match it to the y axis. So the y coordinate of the pentagon is 6. The correct option is 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the y coordinate of the yellow square? Coordinate of the yellow square. Here is the yellow square. Just match it to the y axis. So it would be the correct option is but 2 is the correct option. Wait. The next one is what is the y coordinate of the pink square? So just look at the pink square on the coordinate plane and we need to find the y axis, y coordinate, so match it to the y axis. Here is the pink octagon, just match it y axis, so that is 6. So the correct option is 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the x coordinate of the green square? X coordinate of the green square, that is 9. The correct option is number 2 is the correct option. What is the y coordinate of the green pentagon? Y coordinate of the green pentagon. Here is the green pentagon. Just match it to the y axis, so it would be at the 10. The correct option is 10. Option. What is the y coordinate of the purple heart? So here is the purple heart. We need to find the y coordinate. So just match it to the y axis. So here we are on the, so the y coordinate is 2. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is 2. The next one is coordinate of the pink circle. Here is the pink circle located on the x-axis. So just match this line to the x-axis. So x-axis is the 10, option number 1 is the correct option. What is the x coordinate of the purple triangle? Here is the purple triangle matched to the x-axis. The y-axis, no, you need to find the x coordinate. So located on the x-axis, the x-axis is 10, option number 1 is the correct option. Is the y coordinate of the blue? The y coordinate of the blue circle is, that is 3. The correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. What is the x coordinate of the purple star? X coordinate of the purple star is 9. The correct option is 9. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the x coordinate of the blue pentagon? That is 10. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. On to next lesson. The next lesson is graph points on a coordinate plane. Graph the point 7, 2 in the coordinate plane. 7, 2, the first value is always the x coordinate, the second one is y coordinate. X is 7 and Y is 2. So graph the point 7, 2. Start at 0, 0, which is the point where the x's meet. Move 7 points right and 2 points F. Here is the origin 0, 0. Move 7 point right. Here is the 7 point right and 2 points. Move 7 point right and 2 points up. Here is the coordinate 7, 2. So the point is 7 to move 7 point right and 2 point up. Then there we have the point 7 and 2. Have I think the tutorial only. Graph the point 7, 10 on the coordinate plane. So 7, 10 start with the point origin that is 0, 0. X is 7 and Y is 10. So you have to move 7 point right and 10 point. Look at this first graph 7. Here is the origin. You need to move 7 points right and 10 points up. So this is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 7 and 10. Graph the point 5, 8 on the coordinate plane. So move right 5 points and right 8 points and up 5 points. Sorry, right 5 and up 8. So 8, right 5 points, up 8 points. You can see this is up 8 points and right 5 points. So option number 2 is the correct option. That is 5, 8. Option number 2 is the correct option. With the graph the point 6, 10 on the coordinate plane. So you need to move right 6 points and up 10 points, 6, 10. Write 6 points and up 10 points. So this is the correct option. You write 6 points and up 10 points. So the second one is the correct option. Okay, I think we have to move to the next lesson because we don't have the proper tutorial for this lesson. So let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is coordinate planes as maps. So we can use the coordinate planes as map. So let's just start with the lesson. How far is it from the furniture store to the science lab? So these are their signs, right? This is the sign for the furniture store. So here is the furniture store. You need to find the distance from furniture store to science lab, and this is the science lab, right? So from furniture store to science lab, they are just 1 point away. The correct option is 1 unit. So the correct option is 1 unit. They are just 1 point. Let's just start with the test questions. Daryl walked from the art supply store to the theater and then from the theater to the hardware store. How far did Daryl walk in all from theater to hardware store? Here is the theater and hardware store. Here is the hardware store. So here is the theater and here is the hardware store. So the distance from the theater to hardware store is, sorry, Natal walked from art supply store to theater. Here is art supply store to theater. Then from theater we need to calculate the total points. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The correct option is 5. So in total they moved 5 points. The correct option is 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. How far is it from the dry magic shop? How far is it from the dry cleaners to magic shop? Here is the dry cleaners and here is the magic shop. We need to find the distance from this point. So we have on the they are on the same x coordinate. You just have to find a distance 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are just 4 points away. The correct option is 4. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is Reagan walked from the science lab to the garbage dump, then from the garbage dump to the post office. How far did Reagan walk in all? So from science lab to garbage dump. Here is the science lab. Here is the science lab. From science lab to the garbage dump. Then from garbage dump to the post office. We need to calculate the total distance, right? So what is total distance? One, two, three, four. The correct option is 4 units. Option number two is the correct option. Okay, the next one is furniture store to science lab. So from furniture store to science lab. So the distance from the furniture store to science just 1 point away. The correct option is 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is at 4, 7? X is 4, Y is 7. 4 and 7. At 4, 7, it is science lab. At 4, 7, it is Science Lab. The correct option is Science Lab. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete. How can I show the full page? If I can show the full page, then it would be very small. You cannot even read the page. I need to zoom out the page. If I zoom out the page, you cannot read properly, right? The solution is you can open this lesson at your side also, and you can keep listening to me and look at the page at your side. I think this is the better solution, because if I zoom out, you can't read properly. The next lesson is follow directions on a coordinate plane. So let's learn how do we follow the directions on the coordinate plane. You start at 310, you move left 1 unit. Where do you end? So you start at 310, x is 3, y is 10. Here is 3 and here is 10. So we are at the intersection of 3 and 10. You move left 1 point. So move left 1 point. Where do you end? So you end up at, we are here now. Look at the x-axis. So you end up at 2 and 10 because you moved only left. So the correct option is 2 and 10. Option number. Okay, we are at the tutorial. Let's just start with the test questions. Hello. Okay, you start at 610. You move right 3 units. So 6 and 10. Let me just show you the full page. Okay, now you can see. You start at 610. X is 6 and Y is 10. 6 and 10. Here is the intersection of 6, 10. You move right 3 units. So 1, 2, 3. So you end up here. So what are the new coordinates? That is 9 and 10. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 9, 10. You start at 0, 0. You move right 2 units. Where do you end? You start at 0, 0. You move right 2 points. So you end up here. So it would be 2, 0. Option number 2 is the correct option. You start at 8, 3. You move right 1 unit. Where do you end? So you start at 8, 3. X is 8, Y is 3. Here is the intersection of 8, 3. You move right 1 unit. So you end up on 9, 3. The correct option is option number 2. That is 9, 3. The correct option is option number 2. That is 9 and 3. You start at 3, 4. You moved 6 point right 3, 4. X is 3. Y is 4. You started from here. Move right 6 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You end up here. So that is 9 and 4. The correct option is 9 and 4. That is 9 and 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. You start at 7, 3. You move down 3 units. Where do you end? 7, 3. X is 7. Y is 3. You move down 3 units. So you end up on 7, 0. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 5 math. Chapter chapter we were working on is coordinate plane. The lessons we have covered today are objects on a coordinate plane, graph points on a coordinate plane, coordinate planes as a map, and follow directions on a coordinate plane. So please make sure you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons. Any, I'm here to answer all questions if you have any. So any No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session.